Hey, how you doing? This is Cory Hunter, and welcome back to another episode of A Filmmaker Speaks. I'm a writer, director, producer, editor, cinematographer. Bottom line, I'm a filmmaker. I do it all. I do whatever needs to be done to get the project done. With that said, I wanted to share some of my knowledge about filmmaking. I wanted to talk about filmmaking and yeah, man, kick it with aspiring filmmakers, beginning filmmakers. So with that said, I decided to focus on 10 web series featuring black filmmakers that's on YouTube. The goal is that beginning filmmakers can watch something they can aspire to create. There's a lot of competition out there. It's 2020 right now, and it's real. There's a lot happening right now in the world, especially in terms of competition. You know, with all the streaming services, it's like productions is popping up everywhere, and it can discourage us. The goal is to inspire. There's a lot happening, but that doesn't mean that your story already been told, at least not the way that you can tell it. So by watching these web series, I hope that beginning filmmakers can, like I said, get inspired, man. You see something, you say, look, man, I could do something like that, because what you're doing is you're seeing filmmakers who's grinding, taking resources available to them and creating something. And if you have that passion and that drive, anyone can do it. But it takes a certain focus and it takes a certain passion. And sometimes, man, we just need that inspiration. We need that extra push. And sometimes just by going on YouTube and watching the right series, we say, look, I can do that. And I wanted to spread some shine to that. I wanted to put a spotlight on those series, especially for black filmmakers, because, you know, there's not a lot of web series that I know personally featuring black filmmakers that's getting a lot of shine. So I wanted to show some shine on that before I jump into mainstream and the popular stuff, you know, all the classics. So with that said, we're here on YouTube. Web series, you go on YouTube, you can watch it, and after you watch it, you can listen to the review and see if you agree. And you know, just get my perspective of what I've seen. So yeah, man. With that said, let's dive into the series. This episode, we're gonna be talking about Sugar Maybe. Now, Sugar Maybe follows the story of Mackenzie Reynolds, a freshly unemployed filmmaker, or shall I say writer, who is suddenly faced with starting from scratch after quitting another job. This is when Mackenzie's sister, Tia, enters the scene. Tia so happens to be doing really well for herself financially, and is all due to her having a sugar daddy. Tia then introduced Mackenzie to the opportunity, who slowly emerges herself into that world through sugarmaybe.com. This series takes place in ATL, as we follow Mackenzie as she tries to keep this new venture a secret from her roommates. It's good. The script is really unique, and that's always a plus. None of it feels forced. Sometimes the director either sink or swim, but I can tell with this script, none of it tried to be anything other than what it was. It felt very lighthearted, but I can tell it all came from a real place. For example, the main character Mackenzie quitting her job so that she can follow her dreams, although she lacks a plan. This kind of sabotaging is something that a lot of people do to themselves. Her struggle with money and her current situation is something we can all identify with. Even without reading the script, I can tell it's good. A lot of times, sometimes, when a writer has something to say, it can get a little preachy. Even I fell into that trap a few times, but this series managed to sidestep that. As for the talent, they did a really good job. I saw the first 3 episodes, which were all shorter than 10 minutes, but even in those short episodes, all the characters grew on me. That's saying something. And once again, I'm a big fan of the short episode format for small productions like this, because they benefit from it. Creating isn't easy. It requires time and money, and thanks to YouTube, we can have a short format so that the vision can be achieved. The cinematography wasn't anything stellar, but I don't have any complaints. The same 3 locations were used throughout the 3 episodes, but they did a good job on utilizing the space. For small filmmakers, we must use the resources available to us. I did the same in my streaming series, Swiping, to good effect, and they did so here as well. The story never loses momentum, the editing was done well, and for the most part, audio was good. Overall, it was good. But I do have a problem. On YouTube, there are only 3 episodes. Now, I know there are more episodes due to the trailer and the footage I've seen there. Now, I'm figuring the creator have a plan or moving the series in a way. perhaps through festivals or distribution, and was using YouTube as a way to get the word out. That's another form of distribution. I get it, but when a series start picking up speed, the worst thing that can happen is that it comes to a halt. And that's what happened here. The first 3 episodes are really a build up to at least our main character's first date. And we don't get that here. It's like watching the beginning and middle of something and not getting the end. I understand the reason as to why the rest of the episodes might not be on the tube, but still, it's a shame. So, all in all, it is a good show because of the script and the cast. And bottom line, that's all you really need. I banged with this show. I wish I could see more, but it isn't there. I checked out his Instagram, which is good. Sometimes, man, I don't know, man. Let me just put this out here. Some of the other web series that I checked out, it's hard tracking them down on other platforms, and that's a problem for me, man. It's like it's like the creators create and then just drop the ball, and creating is just part of the formula, man. You can't create films and then drop the ball, man. You gotta put some legs behind these films. You gotta push it. Like, marketing is the game. Like, this isn't just a creative game, man. This is a creative and a business game. So when you create something, man, you gotta make it as easy as possible for the audience to access. You have to put money and time and legs behind pushing these films. You have to have links in the description to your Instagram, to your Facebook, to whatever other social media you're on. I shouldn't have to try to find you on Facebook. It should be right there in front of my face, because I promise you, man, there's other people aren't looking for you. They not checking for you. And if you don't have the information right there in front of them, man, you're not going to get found, and you're just going to get lost in the crowd. I don't care how good your production is. You're just going to have the best production in the world with 5 views. You have to put your links down there. You have to use tags. You got to do all the traditional stuff. And then more. Plus more. Yeah, so with that said, man, it's easy to find on Instagram. The Instagram is dope. Great content. I'm sorry. On the page, there's a discussion between director of photography and the creator of the series, who also serves as the writer and director. It was good to watch it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch at least the first 5 minutes. It was great insight, good energy. If you're a fan of the series, I suggest you check that out. And yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's a good series. I wish I had more times for the characters to grow on me. I could tell it was going somewhere, but I didn't get to see where it went. So all I can say is that it was cool. So once again, Sugar Maybe, not Sugar Baby, but Sugar Maybe. That's the series, Sugar Maybe. Check them out on YouTube of the same name, also on Instagram. And I guess they're on other platforms. This is Cory Hunter. Check me out at CF Hunter with 2 R's. Swiping. The streaming series is out here. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube at CF Hunter with 2 R's. And yeah, man. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, and all that other good stuff, man. Holla at me. And I appreciate y'all. And until next time.